Hello, Professor. It's Daniel, and today I am going to expose the Prince 2 versus PM Buck. I brought my special guests. They are Hermione, Luna, and Ron. What are they? The name of Prince 2 means projects in controlled environments. It's a management method of projects that converts the management, the control, and the organization of a project. Meanwhile, the PMBOK is an instrument developed by the PMI that establishes a criteria of good practice related to management, administration, and the direction of the projects in the implementation of techniques and tools that allows to identify a set of 47 processes distributed in its turn in 5 general macroprocesses.
Hello, Professor. I'm Hermione. Now I will tell you that the principle of the management by phases that propose the prince to represent a change of the focus over the traditional plan, accepting that it's so difficult to have a premonition of the work in a long term. With the planning by phases, they build work units that are way easier to manage and that represent checkpoints where the business case is validated. They count with a process, project starting, which is a main guide for this first step that should be given, and that it marks a map route to the phases that are sub-follow in the project. A main aspect of this process is the creation of the project board, provide of authority and responsibility in the achievement of the business case, representing the three interests linked to the stakeholders, like the business, the need, the user of the project product, and the provider of abilities and resources, surpassing like this in detail to the definition of the stakeholder provided by PMBOK.
Hello, Professor. I'm Luna. The introduction of the management by exception in Prince 2 smooths the administration and the management of the projects, because that they define tolerance to the objectives which seek to create a demonstration stated in the work teams when they realize their activities independently but controlled. They manage a well-defined organizational structure with well-clear and detailed roles, responsibilities in the topic of the Prince 2's organization. A distant point between the Prince 2 and PMBOK is the process of acquisitions, which is not named in Prince and represents a guide to the management of the purchases to do in the project. The high complexity in this project is given by the involving of the external factors of the projects, which if they aren't managed properly they can affect negatively in the team and costs of the project. Clearly as risks that the project should handle.
Hi, Professor. And I am Ron. So the planification generated in the topic of plans gives a series of instruments that help to state the administration of the project. Therefore the time saving because that it's planned in an efficient way when they count with the project plans, phase plans and team phases, and also it reduces the complex of the management. Also it's handled an exception plan that shows the actions to take in case that the tolerances overpass the planned limits. PMBOK bring the necessary in the knowledge structure so the project management can be accepted as a profession, being in a way less strict than Prince 2 that provides well-built steps that must be polished in every project. Under this point of view, a project manager can perfectly follow a project that focuses in the Prince 2 way, because it has the knowledges and abilities that the PMBOK recommends and the well-built process that provides Prince 2.
Prince 2 applies its principles under the success consecution in the process that look to develop a place that focuses in an objective and it's evaluated in all moments. That objective is evaluated in all moments. The principle of continual justification giving a great importance to the products. It also handles the concept of the work package that helps the project manager to set their responsibilities in the team manager or in any other team member to make an instruction series and our activities. It observes that the analysis detection, risk treatment in both methodologies are handled in a quite similar way.
Management of the project integration includes process and activities that are necessary to identify, define, combine, join and coordinate the diverse process and activities of the project direction inside of the group process of the direction of the projects. The management of the integration in the project implies to take decisions about the resources assignation, to balance objectives and activities that are opposed and handle interdependencies between the knowledge areas of the project directions.
Of the reach of the project includes all processes that are necessary to guarantee that the project exclusively contains all the work that is required to complete the project with success. To manage the reach of the project, it focused on the group of process of direction. Project time management included the process required to manage the termination and the time limit of the project.
Management of the project costs includes the process related to plan, estimate, budget, loan, obtain a loan and control the costs in order that the project finished inside the declared budget.
Management of the communications includes the process required to assure that the planning, recopilation, creation, distribution, storage, recovery, management, control, monitoring of the project are effective. A good communication creates a bridge between different interested that can have different cultural and organizational backgrounds that impacts or has influence in the execution of the project or in its results. Human resources management of the project includes the process that organize and drive the team of the project. The team of the project has people who have their role and responsibilities assigned to complete the project. The team of the project can have different abilities, can be as assigned in full time or part time, and can incorporate or retire from the team while it advances.
Techniques of the Prince2 plan based in the product. This technique involves other three elements that help us to define of the products to deliver. Under the concept of which product to deliver is the one that defined the realization and deliver of the requested requirements. This technique gives a mark based in the products that can be applied in any project to supply of the logic sequence the works developed in it. It's recommended the use of this technique for all of the levels of planification necessaries for the project. Where there's more utility present is in the process of identification, definition and analysis of products. The steps are: make the structure of the decomposition of the products, a diagram of products, make the detailed descriptions of the products, make the flowchart of the products.
Quality revisions. This technique helps us to check the standards that already exist and also to be able to search new products that can be applied. This is a teamwork method where the products are checked in the sake of errors in a planned, controlled, independent, documented way. The documentation that is generated of quality check when part of the quality of files of the project is stored, so it makes a register easier in order that the products have been checked, that the find mistakes were corrected and the corrections were as well checked. This technique also involves in a correct way the decision making of the project, providers and information handling.
Which methodology to use? Well, if one is interested in comparing PMBOK versus Prince's and ICE, wondering about the pros and cons, there are several answers. Each of these has its distinct differences. If the project manager needs to be the sole decision maker, then PMBOK could be preferable. Alternatively, Prince's provides the possibility to widen the process of PM control to other levels of responsibility. It's a method that shares more of the functional and financial authority with senior management, not just the project manager. Each project manager will form different opinions and they may even change their mind on which is best based upon changes from one project to the next.
PMBOK pros and cons. PMBOK is short of project management body of knowledge. Users of this system find it that it has more substantial frameworks about management, scope management, and other aspects which are arguably less robust in Prince 2. However, many users of PMBOK find that they are not entirely happy with the way this system limits decision making solely to project managers, making it difficult for handling other aspects of the management to other parties and senior managers. With PMBOK, the project manager can simply become the primary decision maker, planner, problem solver, human resource manager, and so on.
Plans for projects in a controlled environment, and this is a project management program that shares more of the functional and financial authority with senior management, not just the project manager. This program has a focus on aiding the project manager to oversee projects on behalf of an organization's senior management. On the pros side, Prince 2 provides a single standard approach to the management projects, which is why many government and global organizations prefer this option. It is also favored because of its ease of use, which makes it easy to learn, even for those with limited experience. On the downside, there are users who feel that Prince misses the importance of soft skills that should be a focus for a project manager.
Case study with Princes and PMBOK increasingly in use in the project management community. This case study describes a combined approach. It was written for people who know Princes and or PMBOK and who are trying to understand their relative positioning, or researching ways of improving project management and who want to know what is available to get maximum benefit from a management by project approach. The study shows the importance of combining good project management processes, thorough education and development program for project personnel. Many organizations struggle to understand the differences and ensure both are implemented in an appropriate and professional way. The Jetronics case study may give them the confidence to succeed in their endeavors.
Advantages of combining both methods. As people become exposed to both Prince 2 and PMBOK, they realize that the two are complementary and can be used together to effectively manage projects. Prince 2 could be viewed as a structured checklist of how to manage a project. Here is a misconception that Prince 2 is a piece of software or a set of templates. As well as a basic reference for anyone interested in project management, the PMBOK guide provides a basis for assessing professional competency, a common lexicon of project management terms.
The complementary nature of Prince 2 and PMBOK. PMBOK is a compilation of all the generally accepted project management knowledge. Jetronics sees it as a foundation of project management principles and a rich reference. It says what a project manager should know as base information. Prince 2 is a project-based management methodology as it describes in detail different activities to perform, and it also describes what a project manager should know and should do. Jetronics has a view that Prince 2 and PMBOK are complementary. They consider Prince 2 to be more perspective but very scalable. To quote Prince 2 manual, the key to successful use of this process model it is its tailoring. Each process must be approached with the question, how extensively should this process be applied on this project? They haven't identified any conflict between using the Prince 2 and the PMBOK together.
The complementary benefits of Prince 2 and PMBOK. PMBOK provides valuable information, enriching Prince 2, especially in the following knowledge areas or topics: contract management, procurement management, people management, cost management, earned value management, time management, communication management.
Combining Prince 2 and PMBOK at Jetronics.
The PMBOK is used as a foundation enriched by the Prince2 methodology. The project management approach combines both and complements them with elements from Getronics' own experience practically. The approach combines Prince2 and the PMBOK in the day-to-day work of a project manager. Combat application of the detailed Prince2 processes. The PMBOK knowledge areas as reference material, augmented by Prince2 components.
In summary, a skilled project manager is one that can apply project management knowledge areas, for example those of PMBOK, with the aid of a structured methodology such as Prince2. A highly skilled project manager should also have the know-how to apply project management controls that are appropriate to the scale, complexity and nature of the project.